He was a man of compassion. Just a few years ago, he was grieved to read in the papers of a son of one of his old friends who had got himself in a sticky situation. Even though his friend had long since passed away and he hadn't spoken to his son in decades, he called me and sent me to sort out the fellow's problems. This was our father, an elephantine memory and a compassionate heart. Throughout his years of service, he taught us to have tough feet, but keep a soft heart. Our father was a forgiving man. I remember the time he had bought a new car, and like many a young man, I could not resist the temptation to take it for a spin. Unfortunately, my driving skills then did not match my enthusiasm, and the new car was shortly no more. Dreading breaking the news to my father, I had the cunning idea to carry a Bible in one hand as I entered his room. My father, who of course had heard of the accident, took one look at me, shook his head, and burst into laughter. And that was the end of the matter. He had a wonderful sense of humor and a ready laugh. You have heard, of course, of his passion for education for the poor and marginalized, for uplifting women to positions of authority. But little has been said for his love for the environment. I remember seeing him address the United Nations on the ozone hole years before climate change was in vogue. He encouraged tree planting on a national scale decades before carbon footprint became an accepted issue. He was a true environmentalist. And just to recap, when I talk about his humor, there was one love or trait my father had, and that was his love for nyama. Alikuwa hii mzee alikuwa anapendanga nyama.